Hey folks, it's Nate. It's time I got back to the drawing board, and today I want to talk about Red Rooster. And I said that I was kind of putting a moratorium on reviewing this book, and um, this is not going to be a review, but my copy finally arrived, and I read it, and I do have some thoughts. If you've seen the title of this video, you know that I am currently weighing the value of good art versus good business. This is something that I have considered a lot. As you probably know, if you've watched any of my recent videos, I'm running my own comic campaign right now for a comic called Hexwood, Dust, and Ashes. If you're interested in that, you can follow the link in the description down below. And I talk more about the project there on the Indiegogo. There's some sample pages. Hopefully, that's enough for you to make a decision whether you want to back it or not. But I am contemplating this book in conjunction with that campaign, no small part because, as the title suggests, there's a lot of merit, artistic merit, to this book. A lot. Like, this is a good book. It might even be a great book. I don't know. I definitely would like to read the next part of this book. But given all of the hurdles in its creation, I don't know that I'll ever get the chance. And I don't know that I would trust that it would come in if I was given the opportunity to back a second volume like I was given the opportunity to back this one. And I'm thinking about this because I am well aware that Hexwood does not have the same level of artistic merit as a book like Red Rooster or even a book like Common America. Both Timothy Lim and Mitch Breitweiser are much better artists than I am. Mark Pellegrini is a good author, although I would say that I probably have the writing chops to come close, if not equal him. And all that really leaves me to improve on is the business merits, which is why I have completed the entire project ahead of time. Why I set out to offer a simple, straightforward campaign that I can fill as quickly as possible. But at the same time, when I see a book like this, I am really impressed by what Breitweiser's accomplished artistically, what they accomplished story-wise with the help of Mark Pellegrini. This is a really, really impressive book. And it definitely made me reconsider my hardline stance on not reviewing it. Now, again, I'm ultimately not going to. I can't, in good conscience, recommend to my audience a book like this that is artistically very good, but is definitely incomplete. Like, this book ends on a cliffhanger. And I cannot, by any stretch of the imagination, say with even 50% confidence that you're ever going to be able to get any more of the story. But what you have is really good. Really good. And it puts me in an interesting spot. This book, I mean, if the Brightwisers were just making this book, if they were just putting it out, if all we had to do was wait for the next campaign, if they had gotten it out even at maybe a year late instead of almost 2.5 years now, I think I would recommend getting this and any follow-up book without hesitation. And I guess what this book really makes me wonder about is how much can one side of the equation carry this? I know there's been a lot of debate about this among independent comics creators, and especially those who use the hashtag Comicsgate. And on the one hand, there are people who feel that business is like the most important thing, and there are other people who feel that the important thing is that the artists are creating what they want to create without any kind of messaging shoved down from above, or any kind of deadlines, or any kind of crossover events that continue to drag them away from the storylines they want to work on, and that honestly the storylines people really want to read. I don't think I've heard anyone excited for a big crossover event in the last 10 years. Except maybe Rebirth, and most of the excitement came after that was already running, because that was a pretty good series, to be honest. So on the one hand, you could say, well, it was bad business that put all of these storylines on these authors. On the other hand, you can say, well, it was the corruption of their artistic integrity, by either ideologies handed down by the editors or by ideologies those authors held on their own. And it could, I think it personally, it was a mix of both. I think the comics market probably would have recovered if it was just one or the other. And by recovered, I mean recovered already. Well, give or take the pandemic. That's a monkey wrench in the works. But I think it could have recovered if problems they had were one or the other. And that raises the question for the independent comics creator. Can you bank entirely on just your artistic merit, or just your focus on the business side of things? Good fulfillment, timely fulfillment, great customer service. I don't think you can. I think after reading this, coming to the conclusion that even though Red Rooster has phenomenal artistic merit, the business and customer relations failings are so significant. I can't recommend this book. Still tells me that no, you can't rely entirely on one or the other. That's a bit worrying to me, because I am banking heavily on my readiness on the business end of things, with a lot of the lettering already done, with a lot of the product ready to go. I am banking on that being enough to make up for my shortcomings in the artistic department. I guess we'll see. Anyways, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. This is a channel that largely thinks about the process of creating an independent comic. I can tell you right now, the biggest takeaway from my campaign is I need to work more on marketing. So we'll dial in more on that, I guess. But if you're thinking about this, and if you're wondering whether you can bank entirely on one or the other to build your audience, it may get you an audience. One side or the other may get you an audience, but at the very least, artistic merit won't keep you that audience. I wouldn't be surprised if business acumen was equally ineffective at keeping an audience. Let's say that. Anyways, those are my thoughts for you today. Hope you enjoyed them. If you did, there's a like button and subscribe button down below. You can use those as you see fit. Let me know what you think about the balance of art versus business in the comments below. And if you're interested, please do check out that Hexwood campaign. I'd love to have you as my backer. Talk to you later.